A child walks into the kitchen, grabs a snack, and disappears back into their room. You ask, "How was school?" "Fine." "Anything happen?" "No." And suddenly the house feels strangely quiet. A lot of parents expect emotional distance to look dramatic: slamming doors, arguments, attitude. But many times it starts softly: short answers, less eye contact, fewer random stories about their day, and parents feel the shift immediately. Not because they want control, because connection matters to them. What makes this hard is that stress changes how everyone reacts. When adults are overloaded, work pressure, mental exhaustion, constant multitasking, the nervous system gets quicker and less patient. So even caring parents can sound sharp without intending to. "You should have told me sooner." "We already talked about this." "Why would you do that again?" The goal is guidance, but children often hear something else. "It's safer to keep things to myself." Why children start closing off. Children rarely stop talking all at once. Usually they slowly stop feeling emotionally safe enough to keep trying. Think of communication like a porch light. When children feel emotionally welcomed, the light stays on. They bring random thoughts, embarrassing stories, questions, mistakes. But when conversations begin feeling tense, corrective, or emotionally heavy, that light starts dimming. Not because the relationship is broken, because the brain adapts, especially during the teenage years. Teenagers already feel emotionally exposed inside themselves. Their emotions become stronger while their ability to explain those emotions is still developing. So when vulnerable moments constantly turn into advice, panic, criticism, or lectures, they begin editing themselves, sometimes without even realizing it. 5 reasons kids stop talking to their parents. 1. They expect criticism, not necessarily harsh criticism. Even subtle reactions matter. A child says, "I forgot my homework," and immediately hears, "How do you forget something that important?" "You need to be more responsible." This keeps happening. The child already knows they made a mistake. Now they're learning whether honesty feels safe. That changes future conversations. 2. Every conversation turns into a lecture. This one surprises many parents. Children often stop opening up when every small comment becomes a life lesson. They mention friendship drama. Suddenly they're listening to a 10-minute speech about boundaries, social media, respect, trust, and decision-making. Parents are trying to help, but children start thinking, "If I mention one thing, I lose my freedom." So they stop volunteering information. Quick question: have you noticed your child talks more in the car, late at night, while doing something side by side? That's not random. Children often open up more when they don't feel emotionally cornered. 3. Emotional reactions. Feel unpredictable. Children pay attention to emotional weather. If they never know whether a parent will react calmly, anxiously, angrily, or with disappointment, they become cautious. Sometimes it's not even the words, it's the sigh, the face expression, the frustrated tone. Tiny moments shape emotional safety. 4. They don't want to add more stress. This one affects many overwhelmed families. Some children stop sharing because they sense how exhausted their parent already feels. So instead of bringing problems forward, they carry them quietly. Not because they don't trust the love, because they're trying to protect the parent emotionally. You may hear, "It's fine," "I handled it," "Never mind." But underneath is often, "I don't want to make things harder for you." 5. Vulnerability. Keeps getting fixed. A child says, "I'm sad," and instantly hears, "You just need confidence." Don't think like that. Here's what you should do. Solutions arrive too quickly, and children slowly learn, my feelings become problems instead of experiences. That changes how much they share over time. The mistake that makes the silence worse. Here's the reaction many loving parents fall into automatically. They chase the silence. More questions, more pressure, more urgency. Tell me what's wrong. You never talk to me anymore. Why are you shutting me out? Underneath those words is fear. Fear of losing closeness. But pressure usually pushes children further inward, especially teenagers. Because emotional safety grows through openness, not force. The calm alternative. Step 1. Lower the intensity. Not the care, the intensity. Instead of, we need to talk right now. Try, I'm here when you feel ready. Simple words, big nervous system difference. Step 2. Respond gently to small honesty. Small moments build trust. If a child admits something minor and receives calm understanding instead of immediate correction, their brain remembers, maybe honesty is safe here. You don't need to approve of everything, but you can make openness feel survivable. Step 3. Listen longer before teaching. This changes conversations quickly. When your child shares something, pause before solving. Try phrases like, that sounds really uncomfortable. I can understand why that upset you. What felt hardest about that? Children open up more when they feel understood before guided. And interestingly, the less parents rush to fix every feeling, the more children eventually ask for advice themselves. Real-life example. Imagine this moment. Your teenager walks in irritated, drops their backpack, says, "School was stupid." The automatic reaction might be, "Watch your attitude." What happened this time? You need to stop being negative. But this time, the parent notices their own tension first. Inside, they're thinking, I want to correct this immediately, but I also don't want this conversation to disappear. So instead, they say, sounds like a rough day. That's it. No lecture, no interrogation. A few minutes later, the teenager starts talking about a friendship issue, not because the parent used a magic phrase, because the emotional doorway stayed open. Connection usually doesn't disappear in one dramatic moment, and it rarely comes back through one perfect conversation either. Most relationships rebuild slowly. A calmer tone, a softer response, a pause instead of a speech. Parenting brings a difficult realization sometimes. Love by itself does not automatically create emotional openness. Skills matter too. Emotional regulation matters, timing matters, feeling emotionally safe matters, and those skills can grow, even after hard seasons, even after distance, even after months of awkward silence. Children continue asking one quiet question beneath every interaction. What happens to me when I bring my real self here? And the answer is built gradually, moment by moment, conversation by conversation, often with less pressure and more calm presence. If this felt supportive, you're always welcome to subscribe if you'd like more calm, practical parenting guidance here. And if you want, share your experience in the comments. Your words may help another parent feel less alone. See you in the next video.